Yes. Hi, it's Kim. It's true. I was tip baited. I think the worst part about it was it happened on Mother's Day. Not that that should matter, but show some respect to the moms out there. This guy was one of the only customers that I actually spoke to. So that made me feel real great. Let me tell you what happened. So it was a very short delivery from Joy Cafe to turn this fan down. A customer, like, it said 2 miles. I don't think it was 2 miles. Anyways, it was less. I accepted it. I'm like, oh, perfect. This will be great. This will be easy. I pulled into Joy Cafe parking lot, and they were having a farmer's market sort of thing, so I was a little stressed about parking, but found a spot right in front, no problem. It was super crowded. There was, I don't know, 30 people in line, a lot of people in line. It was like going out the door and down the sidewalk. It's like a counter service kind of place where you stand in line and place your order, and then they call your number or whatever. Anyways, I've been there lots of times, so I know where the pickup area is, so I bypassed all those people and went over to the pickup area. The food was ready, so he handed it to me. It was 3 drinks and 3 sandwiches. I'm like, awesome. So go out to the car, and I like to look at the delivery instructions before I leave, just to get an idea. And it basically said it was at the Westlake Village Inn, which is a very nice hotel. It said, I'll meet you in front of the lobby, check-in area. I don't have a room number. So in the back of my mind, that kind of put up a little bit of a red flag, thinking, okay, why is this guy having it delivered at a hotel if he doesn't have a room number? But whatever. It wasn't that big of a deal. I'm like, okay, fine. The guy's name was Nina. Which is, I thought, usually a girl's name. Anyways, moving on. So I drive there. Literally takes 2-3 minutes to get to the hotel. As I'm pulling up, I see the guy standing there, looking at his phone, and he's like, thumbs up, like, yeah, that's me or whatever. Anyway, so I pull over to park, to get the stuff out. He comes like rushing over to the car. You have my food, Uber Eats. And I'm like, oh, what's the order under? And he's like, oh, Nina. And I'm like, okay, yeah, hold on a second. So I get out, hand him the drinks first. He's like, being really friendly. He's like, oh, have a happy Mother's Day, la la la, and all this stuff. He's being very nice. Was not acting irritated in the least. He was not, I don't know, everything was normal. Handed him the food. He said, thank you very much. I said, hey, have a great day, whatever. All the normal pleasantries. It was very, very just a normal drop-off. Not anything in the back of my mind thinking, oh, this is going to turn into something. So anyways, I go on with the whole rest of the day. Everything's great. And then later, as I'm checked back in, in the afternoon to see what tips I got from all my Uber Eats people. Because as you know, you don't get the tips right away. They tell you an estimated amount at the beginning when you accept it. Like this one said $13.41, including expected tip. I'm like, okay, great. But all day long it kept saying $5.41. So I'm like, okay, I haven't got that tip yet, whatever. So then it was like evening. So I delivered that at like 11:30 in the morning or something. So by then it's like 7 o'clock at night or whatever, and I still hadn't gotten a tip for that. So I clicked into the details, and there was no tip. It didn't say 0 tip. There was no tip listed at all. So I contacted support, and they said that the tip had been removed. And I'm like, okay, normally you get a notification about tips. You get like a little email thing. Actually, I don't think it's an email. It's in your messages within the app. You click on it, and it'll say, oh, good news, the customer tipped you more. It was estimated at $13.41, but now you have $15.41 or something. I get those all the time. I never had one where anyone lowered it, first of all, and then I never had one for like their tips gone altogether now. I will tell you, it doesn't feel real good to have someone do that to you, especially someone that I spoke to. I'll leave it by the door. I'm thinking, okay, whatever. But this is someone that I had an interaction with, and he was very nice. I don't know, maybe he does this all the time. Maybe this is his thing. He does that to make sure that he gets his order delivered. In case you don't know what tip baiting is, it's basically someone adds a large enough tip to their delivery so that it looks appealing to drivers to make sure you get your food delivered. And then after the delivery, they go in and remove the tip. As far as I know, Uber Eats is the only one that allows you to do that between Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. I don't do any of the other apps. So between those three, I believe that Uber Eats is the only one where the customer can actually edit the tip. They can add to it, which happens all the time, but I've never had anybody lower it or remove it. So anyways, yes, I was tip baited. You know, I don't really care about the $8. It's the whole principle of the thing. I think it's kind of mean, and especially on Mother's Day, and especially because I talked to the guy. I don't know, it just kind of hit me harder that way. So yes, I've been tip baited. Add me to the club. It does not feel good. If you are a customer, please don't do that to the drivers. You know, we use our own time, our own gas, our own cars. We go out of our way to get your food for you and bring it to you quickly, and I don't know. I just think it's wrong. But so yeah, I've been tip baited, and now I feel a little jaded. I feel like, oh gosh, now I'm gonna think about this every single time I do an Uber Eats. So just in contrast, I wanted to mention something. The night before, quite the opposite happened. We had my husband and I were out driving. We had, I think it was like $18 this delivery, and it was not going very far. It was from CPK, which is scary in its own thing just because they take so long, but the food was ready. We went directly to the person's house, dropped it off, and it was great. Everything was fine. And then in about an hour and a half, I got the little notification thing inside the app. Good news, the customer tipped you more after the delivery. He ended up I can't remember how much, $23 or $24. It went from an $18 total pay to almost $34 total pay. So that was fantastic. So there are nice people out there, people who appreciate what we do for them, and then there are people that don't. So you got both. I'm just glad that this tip baiter guy was the only one I've had. Hopefully the only one I will have. You know, it's funny, I was just thinking about it. If there was something wrong with the order, people may remove a tip. Like if something was cooked improperly or something like that. You hear about people complaining about those sorts of things to the drivers. It's not the driver's fault. We don't cook the food. We don't look in the bags. You know, generally the bags are sealed. This one had 3 sandwiches and 3 drinks. I had 3 drinks, and on the bag it had 3 sandwiches listed. So as far as I know, everything was correct. Whether it was cooked properly or not, I don't really know. Whether the drinks were made properly, I don't really know. But they did get, according to, as far as I could tell, everything that they ordered. So anyways, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I just think it's kind of rotten. And hopefully, if you're a driver, you have not experienced it, because it doesn't make you feel good. You know, I don't like mean people, and to me, that's a cruel thing to do. So, anyways, with that, have a wonderful rest of your day, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you.